So good afternoon, everybody. This is Robert Weichelt with another episode of Weichelt Wednesday with my good friend, Dawn Conciatori. I'll tell you what, I know we've been chatting for some time about some of the great things coming up, but I tell you what, we want to know, first things first, who's Dawn?
Who's Dawn? Well, that's an interesting question, Bob. So actually, I got into relocation, I'm going to say from birth, because my family moved just about every 12 to 18 months growing up. So I never knew that you could live in the same house more than a year. I thought that everybody moved and everybody bought a new house every time you moved. So it was never a thought to me that people stayed in the same house over and over again. In fact, the funny story is when I met my husband, he had been in his house from 3 years old until he left when he got married. We were married about a year, and he came home one day and I put a for sale by owner sign up out front. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, the house, needs to be painted, so it's time to move." And his question was to me, "What do you mean we're going to move?" He says, we're going to paint." And I'm like, "No, you don't paint, we move." And so we actually had our first big blowout, as a young married couple. And I called my mom in tears and she says, "What's wrong, honey?" And I said, "Oh, Mom," I said, "the house needs to be painted." So I put a for sale sign up and so we could move. And she goes, "Oh, honey," she goes, "everybody else paints. We're the only ones that move." And I realized then that I did not have the same life that most people had, that most people paint, but in our family, we had always moved. We never painted. So that's kind of how my childhood was, and that's how I got into relocation. It was just by default. I got my real estate license when I had small children and was able to put them on the bus and take them off the bus and sell real estate in between. Absolutely loved it, loved helping people move. And we lived up at the time in East Fishkill, New York by Wappinger Falls, where IBM had their largest manufacturing facility in New York. And I was really fortunate. My dad had worked with IBM and I handled a lot of the IBM Relo, and that was my entree into the relocation industry. It was great.
Wow. What an impressive story. That's so funny how when we were first brought up, the things that we would just think were normal and they're normal to us.
Right.
And I being from a real estate family, my mother's a real estate broker, and we moved more than our fair share. Yep. Because it was we're always moving to the next step, and my poor family had to deal with the same thing. I'd take a new listing and go, "Oh my God, this is the next one. I gotta have it." So, yep. Honey, guess what? We just bought a new house. Like, so yeah. So I get it. So what an amazing story. So Dawn, tell me your title. I have Director of Special Projects Team at EXP. Elaborate a little bit on that.
Okay, it's a Director of Special Projects -REO, Relocation, and Affinity. So I actually am responsible for the growth and strategy and implementation of those 3 divisions within EXP Realty.
That's great. So let's expand on REO. What are some of the things we're working on and that we're tweaking with in terms of REO? Talk to me about your day-to-day on that.
Okay, so it's really exciting, Robert, and this is what I love about it. I mean, I love to set up business and grow businesses. That's what I get excited about. And we did not have an REO division at EXP Realty in the past. And so that's what I'm here to do. I've hired a great team that has been helping me to do that. Matthew Pyle, Debbie Stanton, and then I have Cindy Nixon and Bridget Golden, who are also helping me on the Relo side. And we actually have set up an REO division. We have actually launched our REO training with the help of our agents and brokers such as you, which we really appreciate the support. And we are actually already received our first REO listings. And we're really excited. I mean, our job is to grow that business and give it back to you, our agents. And that's what we're here at EXP to do. And we're really excited about the opportunity because we know it's a huge one.
Well, it sounds like what we have is we're creating an opportunity for maybe the asset managers out there that are looking for good quality agents to know that they've been trained, vetted, and really understand the language of REO, because REO is not for everybody. REO is a specific language, and we've put together, we're taking the bull by the horns. We're doing this we're positioning ourselves so when the banks need a reliable source, they can go right to us because they know that we're doing all the right things. That's awesome. And I'm very proud to be a part of that. Let's dive into Relo, because I know you've really spent a lot of time on Relo. Tell us a little bit about the Relo program and how that benefits our agents.
Sure. So the relocation program we launched January 1st, and we've done tremendously well. We have a lot of contacts in the relocation industry we have probably between Bridget, Cindy, and myself over 45 years of relocation experience. And we have gone out and spoken with the relocation management companies. And between the agents, we've trained over 1,800 agents at EXP in relocation in 3 months. And we have received a number of relocation referrals that we love and we're servicing, and our agents are doing an outstanding job. But we can offer the relocation management companies a few things that really are unique to EXP Realty. One, we have such a select group of agents that are trained in specifically relocation, marketing assistance, destination services, inventory properties, settling in services, rental assistance, and we can go on and on. We also have an expertise in BMAs, broker market analysis reports, and also on the REO side, it would be the BPOs, broker price opinions. So we really have a unique situation at EXP Realty because we can cover the entire United States. I don't know any other company that actually has over 50,000 agents that can do that. So that is a differentiator for us. The quality of service that we can deliver it on a national basis across the US. Plus, we do have our global reach out there with all the countries that have recently joined EXP. And I'm going to say the uniqueness of our agents, the strength and the bench strength of our agents with their expertise, their knowledge of the real estate markets, and their experience that they have. And so we can bring all those things to the table, and we actually can deliver outstanding service for our relocation clients and the transferees, which is really exciting, and we're really proud of that.
Well, you know what I tell you, you've got a full plate. We've got REO, a trusted resource of dedicated, trained and vetted agents at their disposal, so they don't need to look any further because we have literally over 50,000 agents at their disposal, number one. Number two, the largest, we're just an amazingly large Relo division. Yeah. So the REO and Relo, let's talk a little bit about affinity. Talk to me about that.
Well, affinity to me is really exciting because it is the other part it is the people that are moving in the United States outside of a job-related move. Okay, so it's the employees that work for a company. 10% of employees are still moving outside of a job-related move every single year. And those are the NAR stats. So how can we go ahead and help those employees move, or members of an organization move, and treat them like a relocating executive, give them the best service, top shelf service with our relocation trained agents. And we can cover all of the United States. So we really have the ability to go ahead and take our relocation services that we're doing such a great job at and offer those to the employees and membership organizations, people that are moving every year that move because they're upsizing, they're downsizing, they're getting married, they're retiring, they're having children, they need to expand their homes. And so we can offer them the same level of service that we're offering to our relocating executives.
That just kind of sums it all up. We've got Relo, we've got REO, and we have the affinity program you just talked to. We are the complete package. So my question for you, Dawn, is in closing, what's the message that you want to share with maybe an agent that's not yet come on over to EXP yet? Maybe is still thinking that is EXP for me? What's the message that you would like to share with that agent paying attention to this message?
Sure, and that's a great question. And it's one of the things that really excites me about being part of EXP, Robert, is that we help the agents grow their business. And so whether you're interested in REOs, or you're interested in relocation business or affinity business, or just how to grow your sphere of influence, we have a team of dedicated people here at EXP that can help you do that. And I think that really makes us much different and the right place to be for agents today that want to be successful and really do the best in their industry. We've got the best agents, we've got the best brokers. I think we've got the best staffing, and our leadership team, our founders and our leaders, they're outstanding. So the package together is unbeatable. And I think that's why we are growing and doing what we're doing today. I mean, strategically, we are the place to be.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to disagree at all with you on that. So I tell you what, we've talked about a lot of great stuff, but Dawn, I tell you, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. We talked about REO. We talked about Relo. We talked to Affinity about Affinity. If you're watching this, reach out to me and let me help you, guide you through these opportunities. We have many, but we just talked about 3 today. So Dawn, I want to thank you for being on another episode of Weichelt Wednesday. I appreciate you so much and what your team is doing. I look forward to helping you with the training curriculum and just being there as a resource for you. You know, I'm always there for you. So I just appreciate you and your team, and we really do have an amazing product. So thank you so much for being on, and we will talk again soon. This is Robert Weichelt with eXp for another episode of Weichelt Wednesday.